Hi, thank you so much, Annabelle, for joining me today for my first live sketching from scratch portrait interview combined. I'm sure you need no introduction, but if people aren't familiar with you, Annabelle is a Tableau Visionary, a Tableau Ambassador. She is co-host of the Analytics Tableau user group, the Data and Women Zurich user group. Any other user groups? You're like a user group extraordinaire runner.
Thank you very much, Sophie. Thank you very much for inviting me.
And
I'm very excited to see your live sketch.
thank you. This hopefully this is the first time I'm trying this. So we're going to try drawing you and then adding some data on top of that drawing about the conversation we have. And what I want to find more out about is your last your latest visit of the day, which was for your Van Gogh visualization. So I would like you to talk a little bit around, tell me a bit about what inspired you to make that visualization, because I know it's a bit outside of what you normally do.
Yes, so usually I do business dashboard in my professional life. Whatever you see on my Tableau Public profile is me having fun, trying to learn new features in Tableau, try new things. And yes, have fun, and usually these about animals. So usually I viz about birds or something else. But here I wanted to do a little bit different and learn more about art, because I always have been passionate about art since I'm a kid. But I was too good at maths, so my parents didn't allow me to go to art school. So that is like a little bit of a frustrated patient, let's say. And I attended recently, because I always love to learn new things. I attend like a Federica from Japan course on how to incorporate art into your design. And one of the assignments was like to do some visualization using some data source that she provides. And she provides a Van Gogh data source. So I try, follow the step that she gave. And some of the step was like try to find inspiration. And I can share also my screen and some screenshot. So I attend this course. Let me show you, because I create a special folder for you. Discussion with some. So when I analyze the data, I noticed that a lot of the letters were missing. So we had more than 50 letters from Van Gogh that were totally missing. I didn't know how to represent this no data, if you want. So Federica said, I tried to find like some inspiration from outside. I found this nice drawing where you see a house, and it's all still also kind of starry night, because you see like a beautiful sky, and you have a lot of white background. So I say, why not use that as an inspiration? So I try thinking about the sketch from Van Gogh, and my favorite painting of Van Gogh is not like the sunflower than a lot of people, but is really a starry night. So I try to use it to incorporate that into my design. So, like I said, with this data set, there were like 900 something letters. But when you go online and you search a little, you notice that there were more than 1,200 letters or something like that. I cannot remember exactly the number, that were supposedly written by Van Gogh to his brother. But this letter went missing. So the data analysis that I have was only on the remaining letters. So I really wanted like to showcase the different the letter that went missing, even if I couldn't make an analysis on them. So I searched some inspiration, which usually I don't do. I never do. Like I don't have this beautiful inspiration table where you put everything, which was a good learning for me to do that. And I found like a nice drawing where you see like a little house, a lot of white on the design, and kind of a star night. And I say, that's perfect because it's like kind of what I want to represent. So I took what is my favorite painting from Van Gogh, which is a Starry Night, and it's not the sunflower. And I say, okay, I will display the same drawing from Van Gogh with the Starry Night, but I will incorporate a lot of white that's more or less match 50% of the drawing to represent that 50% of the later went missing. And then on the rest, I say, what can I do with that? I cannot incorporate, so the data that I had was like the number of word by letter, by year, and the topics. So I have like more or less 10 topics. But of course, I cannot represent this 10 topic for every year because it's too much. And it's also, it will miss the point. So I analyzed the data and I noticed that there were like 3 main topics that were family, painting and time. And what I did is try to, for every year, to incorporate how many words about family, how many words about painting, and how many words about time were being displayed. So I did some also, that is something I wanted like really to push my boundary. Usually I will have done something to like more like kind of a business dashboard for that. So I would have represent bars and not very simple way. But because it was Van Gogh, I say, okay, let's try to do some stroke like a painting on the Canva directly. And so I did a lot of testing, drawing on paper, but also I did also on PowerPoint to see if it will be fitting. So I really like took a time on PowerPoint to place every stroke and try to present how much we had. And what was very interesting for me is that without this training, I will never have done this, to be honest. I will not have pushed my boundary, and it's true that it's good from time to time to see what is out there, to try to do some trainings to really like push yourself and learn new things. And then when I have done it on PowerPoint, I was very happy. That was the end of the assignment for Federica. She didn't need anything else. But I say, okay, let's do that now to Tableau. So here comes with the placing of every stroke with coordinate, because I didn't want to have like something static. I really wanted to have something interactive. So I place every of the stroke. I don't know how much they were, like more or less 200 or something, to placing on the Canva and to have something interactive. Yeah, that was... and then, of course, I did some drawing of Vincent van Gogh to try to present the visualization and my thinking behind. But yeah, that was quite interesting for me, a long process to finish it.
So how long did it take you?
Yeah, please. I think the conception, the idea was like no more than 2 days of thinking, but the conception, like the placing of every dot, was like more or less 3 weeks. Not full time, of course, but yes, it was like 3 weeks. And when I finished, I really thought about like publishing it for everyone, because it's so far away from what I used to do, and because also of my Van Gogh drawing. I was like very worried of receiving a bad comment.
Ah, so you worried that people wouldn't like it?
Yes, and like saying, yeah, it's childish, it's this kind of comments. And I receive everything good, only good comments. So it was like very reconforting, let's say. But it's true that sometimes you always doubt of yourself, and you say maybe people will not understand or will react badly.
So yeah, so you could say that this project helped you, like you learned some new skills like doing things in PowerPoint and learning how to do them in Tableau, but also sort of helped you step outside your comfort zone, and then maybe face some imposter syndrome or something like that.
Oh
That
yes.
because
I
that's
have,
key. Yeah.
I'm
Um,
very comfortable with data analysis and mathematics because I study that. But when it's touched to artistic skills, because I didn't pursue studies on that, I always feel like an imposter when I'm drawing. The same when I draw like my bees on birds, when it was like 2 years ago, and I draw all the birds on this visualization by myself. I was very worried that people will not like it.
that makes sense. Did they like that one too?
Sorry.
Did they like your bird viz as well?
Mm-mm. Yes. But it takes a lot of time. I mean, I suppose that it's easier to just copy paste some nice icon that you see out there. But now I always try like to do the drawing myself or the icon myself with my little tablet. And sometimes the drawing is a little funny, but okay, that's fine. Now I am doing like a visualization on animals. It's almost finished, but I still need to do like 10 drawings to represent every animal. And some are very, I mean, I'm happy with the results. Some very little bit strange. I am doing a kangaroo, and it looks everything except a kangaroo, let's say. But yeah, we'll have fun.
That sounds fascinating. And what are you using to uh, make those drawings in? As it's a similar process to Van Gogh, are you also aligning them in I'm using PowerPoint to align them. And what software and tools are you using to draw them in?
Yeah, so I'm using a free software called Sketchbook to draw. And then I import the sketchbook into PNG format, and I use it. I save it. I go to PowerPoint to save it as an image, or like like just reduce it in PowerPoint. They'll probably have like there is probably different software to do that. Um, I use this one because I don't have other.
Stripes. Um, it sounds like an amazing project, and it sounds like you're already in like using some of the skills you learnt during doing Frederica's course to make like this latest
Yeah,
animals visualization. Um, would you do more projects like this again?
yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's really fun to do that. Let's say that I always sketch before, so if you see my sketch, they are like this, you know.
Yeah.
I have a full book, so you see when I sketch my birds stuff, I
Oh,
have a
cool.
bird.
Yeah.
This one is Jimmy birds. So I have the idea to have like a tree and something. The problem that usually I stop from that and I go directly to Tableau.
Yeah.
I have the idea, and then maybe I calculate some coordinates. I draw that before, but I don't do the entire design on paper or in PowerPoint or something before. So I don't have the intermediate steps that is
Yeah.
missing sometimes. And now I'm trying to learn to do that instead of jumping directly on the tool after the initial ideas.
That's
So it's always interesting.
that sounds like you're really refining your work processes as you go through these new types of vises, and
Mhm.
definitely looks like this is a style and a way that you're going to use again.
No, definitely.
So 3 weeks all up, that's a very honest way. I think people underestimate how long it takes to create a visualization like your Van Gogh one. So
Mhm.
can you drill in a little bit more about how long each stage took? So from the initial build and ideation to then you're saying aligning everything took forever, and then the final version in Tableau.
Yeah, totally, I can do that. but I am used to a very long process, especially when you self-collect the data. For instance, when I did this self-collection of Tintin,
Yeah.
where I had to look at every album, every page of every album, how many bubbles there were, how many best character appeared in every page. That's take a long time too. Or when I did this somebody feed Phil, and it works the same. You have to look at every episode and just like write a bar when, for instance, in my case, that when was Phil Rosenthal eat something. So you have a lot of manual process that some people will not understand why she or he is doing it at. It's just because it's fun for us and the data doesn't exist, so you have to create it. And for Van Gogh, first, so I have the drawing. I start have the drawing with my sketchbook. So I draw the line of Van Gogh. I make the placements of every zone of the. I choose 10 zones on the Van Gogh drawings of maybe like a big cloud, or maybe this castle will be one zone. And why 10? Because I have a data on 10 years. So every zone in the painting will represent 1 year. And then I put this in PowerPoint to put all the stroke, the painting stroke, to see if it will work. If I have enough space to put like 20 stroke representing, for instance, time, or 15 representing family, etc., etc. And then when I have that in PowerPoint, I say, okay, that's fit. That's more or less the way I want the stroke to look like. I took a screenshot, I put it as a background in Tableau, and I right-click on every stroke to check what were the coordinates. So then when you have that, you have like to copy paste the latitude and the longitude in Excel, for instance, Excel sheet. You copy paste. So now you have the data. So because it was a manual process and you have to be very, very precise on the coordinate, you have to have at least 3 digits after the dot. It's a long time. And
Yeah.
it's a little boring to do, And then I struggle to see which form can I use for the stroke. So I try also like really strokes. Like when you in your tablet, you can choose like the type of instrument that you use. So I also create that, but at the end, I prefer something more abstract. So that look like more like pointillisme. You say like this special impressionist painting when they use. So at the end, I was quite happy with the result, and I'm very curious about what you are doing. So it was a long process, and then of course sometimes the coordinate of the I was not very satisfied, so I moved things around. So try to adjust it at the best. And at the end, I also struggled a little because so I had to remove the image that I have initially to put a new image on the background of the drawing without the stroke. And when I did that, they were like miss. I said, miss. The drawing was not center anymore. So I had to do new adjustment. That was a very funny moment where I realized that maybe I have to change the coordinate of all the 200 rows on my data, but I was happy that I didn't have to do it. I could find a solution.
So it's like that's yeah. If you had to redo 200s, it's something that
Yeah, I was very afraid, but at the end I fixed it. So yes, you always learn some things. So I was happy, and of course I use my player, which is my new favorite features in Tableau. Now all my viz are using my players with several 10, 15, 20 layers. And the new one that I am doing now, I'm also using a map layer. And how many layers I have? Yeah, more than 50.
Wow.
just because it's very, very practical and flexible when you want to do something. But sometimes I complicate myself a lot, because a lot of people use image, and what I really like is like to draw everything with Tableau.
Yeah.
So if I have like to, I want like to have a little spheric or like a circle or round or parallelogram, whatever, I draw it in Tableau. I don't use like a drawing. So that's why in my player is very useful, because I can just use one layer for creating this geometric circle. I mean, if I can allow myself a little comment on your beautiful drawing, you miss like an important color, you miss some pink or some red.
I just got dropped out. Sorry. So saying I missed some important colors.
Yeah, like I make the art critic very well. I say, you miss one important color for me. You miss red, pink, or something. I like the violet, by the way, that you use.
What is going on? Okay, it's recording again. It just glitched out. I'll make this pink then.
You see? But don't listen to me. Do your things.
So that sounded like that's a really interesting. So if you ended up doing all of that, so it was like 2 days of data prep, like a day or two of design, and then the rest of the time sort of manually moving things around and like updating. So it's like this huge amount of time on the manual adjustments. That's
Because I
pretty.
wanted to do it in Tableau. Because
Yeah, yeah,
really, if you're just like a designer tool, or let's say that even with a sketchbook, I could have done it. I could have my visualization already done in sketchbook,
yeah.
and that was finished. It's just because I wanted to have it in Tableau and interactive. I suppose that there is other like tool that allows you to put an interactive object directly on your design and
Yeah.
react like this. I don't have this kind of tool, so that's why I do it with the tool I have and I know, which are like a drawing tablet and Tableau.
But that
But
also like
yes,
gets you I'm a big fan of that sort of using with what you know, and it gives you real appreciation for what you're doing as well. So I wouldn't
yeah,
apologize.
exactly. But I think it was fun to do. It was really fun to do, and I'm quite happy. Even if after in Tableau Public, I noticed that one of when you hover on top of the drawing, you should have like a special legend appearing. And in Tableau Public, I use a special character that is not recognized by Tableau Public, which was sad.
Oh,
But
that's annoying.
and the character is replaced by something else. So not everything is perfect, but it's fine. It's fine enough. It's good enough for me. But I'm thinking, Sophie, you should. We should also do one sketch for you one day.
That
You
would be
just have
great.
to
You could.
explain us all. Yes, I think that will be very fun. You invite several people, we interview you, and each of us share a sketch about your interview after that. That could be fun.
That could be. That'd be great. I'd like that a lot. So
We just need a little bit of training before.
one last question. Can you, so on LinkedIn that you are in the middle of a career transition. So I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit. I want to give you some floor time to talk about what your sort of plans are next, and what you might be looking out for in a new role. Um,
Yeah,
so
so, thank you very much. Yes, I'm currently searching for my new challenge. So, and because I'm passionate about several things in my life, I will say that I'm fine with also several things, or I'm very happy to do several roles. So one role could be like leading a BI team. I have done that in the past. I really love teaching others and deliver like a dashboard or reports. That is something I love. And I was also leading the Tableau Center of Enablement for several years. And enabling people is something very rewarding. I will be happy to tackle a new role on that. With Tableau or not. I would prefer with Tableau, but when you enable people in data analytics, it can be also tool agnostic. And voila. I mean, I'm also passionate about sustainability and ESG because I think it's very important to look to the future and how our behaviors. I'm speaking like very slowly because I'm watching and admiring what you are doing. Also, Sophie. No, but I think that sustainability it's also a very important topic, and we should be aware of how our behavior is impacting the future for others. So if I would be able to contribute on that, it will be also very happy. So yes, you see, I'm open to several roles and opportunity. Let's see what the future bring me.
That would be great. I really hope you find a new role soon, and a new challenge. Right. Well, we're at well, I've been taking up a lot of your time, and I've had a really lovely time drawing. This has been a great learning experience for me to hear what your process was about building this amazing viz, and I secretly love that you use PowerPoint, because I think that makes, hopefully it will show people that you don't need any specialized skills to really jump in and start building some really out there engaging visualizations that reflect what you're trying to work with. And also, it's given me a great chance to get to know you a little bit better, and for me to try doing this, which was a little bit different. I had some planned questions and things I thought I might want to visualize, and they've turned out to be a little bit different than I planned. So that was good to do on the fly. So let's see if this works. So we've got your jumper shows the main things you've learnt. The lines are different colors on your jumper, showing how much time you spent doing each section of it. Your hair is how many map layers, which I thought was amazing. And then your cheeks are, would you do this again? And I've said that you said yes. So
I love that. Thank you.
So this has been really great fun. I'll stitch these videos together and we'll put them out sometime soon. But thank you so much for giving me some time. And also, I love your wallpaper behind you.
It's
Are
a
they?
real
I could.
one.
Yeah,
I
it's
bought it in
really cool.
Ikea.
Oh yeah.
But you know that was very fun because about that. So I had a conversation a long time ago with Neil Richard, and he really loved this wallpaper. Also, I bought it in Ikea, and we start a conversation to do like a collaboration piece on birds, on bird watching in the UK data, so that everywhere, every year, like it's coming back. And on that, we start speaking about it, but we end up like doing two different V's. So he had once I had mine, and I had also it was this piece where I draw the different birds that were watched by the UK bird watchers. So that was a very fun idea that come up from this wallpaper. So you never know.
So cool. So that bird viz all started from your wallpaper.
Yes.
That is a genius story behind the viz. I will definitely
Yeah,
keep that in.
exactly.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Annabelle. I've had an
Thank
absolute
you, Sophie.
amazing time talking to you today. There we go. Turn the lines off. And you've helped me improve my sketching skills and helped me think on the fly while I listen to your great story.
Thank you. It has to be very complicated to do two things in the same time. I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you so much and have a lovely day, and hopefully talk to
You
you
too.
soon. And I'm definitely dialing into the next analytics tag that I can make. So, and thank you for putting the
Yes,
recordings up.
please, and do some drawings. Thank you very much.